Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Lucid, and we're jumping back into our game with Late Age Rlyeh. And we've got some exciting things happening. We have two globals going up this turn, so we're going to take a look at those. And you can see, guys, we have a tremendous amount of fire gems coming in. Now, a lot of this is because, I'll explain each of these. So this is trading Death to Airmore. This is trading Nature to Eru. Our air to Eru. This is trading Earth to this from New Atlantis. This is Maryland. I'm making him a Fire Death Skull, which I empowered. And this same deal, the exact same deal with I'm making Arethia's first and then Atlantis's. Though I kind of want to delay giving it to Rlyeh because I have a feeling as soon as I give it to him, he's going to put up Eternal Pyre, which is fine. But I think he's rushing. I don't know. I feel like he's probably putting up Eternal Pyre right very, very soon, because he's way ahead of me in research. And if we look at his units, I think his god is super high astral. I kind of want to figure out what it would take for him to put up Eternal Pyre, because I'm definitely going to give it to him, but the question is, okay, that's not going to be a very high fire mage most of the time. I mean, it's like the highest he could be is 3, but I doubt he has it. He might have 1-3 right now. It's probably only going to be 2. So it's likely he only has a 2, but it's possible he has a 3. Yeah, he probably has a 3. Okay, so... yeah. Okay, so let's say he has a fire 3. To put it up, you need to be fire 6. So he's going to need both boosters and a Ring of Wizardry, which is basically the same thing I'm going to need. How long until I'm enchantment 6? This turn I get it. Fuck. But I've got to get the thing that's delaying me isn't the research. It's getting a mage. We're claiming this throne. I'm starting building a palisade. I don't have a... If I do a lab first, it doesn't actually help, because I can't start making it until I have the throne claimed. I need the throne in a lab, so I need 2 mages here, which I tried to get last turn, but I couldn't. Speaking of which, let's watch the battle. We'll go back and talk about globals in a hot second. Alright, Astral Shield, Resist Magic, Power Magic Being, Skeletal Body, and pretty quick work of these jokers. Yankee. And so yeah, this turn's ours now. We obviously need to claim it. We're going to be claiming 2 thrones this turn. We're going to be claiming that throne, and I think we're going to be claiming this throne, which is going to give us a mighty +2 strength, +3 attack on all of our sacreds, which is kind of a big deal. It's kind of a big deal. I put 20 PD, and I'm going to be moving an army in here, and this army's probably just going to stay here, and we'll kill stuff that comes over here. But yeah, I don't expect to use this army for raiding much. If we do raid, it'll just be like to here. Okay, anyway, back to this. So we got a boatload of these coming in. I owe Arethia 1. I might have to delay 1 turn, just because I'm almost positive they're going to put up Eternal Pyre, and I don't want them to get anything from it before I'm ready to cast it. But I could let them put it up. They're going to put it up before me anyway, but I don't want it to be like I don't want it to pay itself back, is basically the... So we'll see. I told him I might have to send it to him 1 turn late, but I'm the only person in the game right now who can make these goddamn things, because I'm the only other people who can, they are not Construction 6. So, and I had to empower to do it. So anyway, yeah. So we'll see. He's going to get him 1 turn late, and I'll probably send it to him in Maryland at the same time. And there's also a chance that we get Insane next turn too. So, I don't know. This in some ways is not ethical of me, because I said I would send it to him this turn unless I was insane. But I don't know. We'll probably do it. What will come will come. I don't think he'll put it up this turn. He might. It's very likely he gets it, and the turn he gets it, he puts it up, which is going to piss me off. We're going to still overcast the shit out of it. There's no way. But the problem is, yeah, there's a lot of problems. Anyway. The problem with me overcasting it is it starts giving people a basis to estimate how much I put in it. Like, if he knows he put 100 in it, then he would know I put more than that. Anyway. It's not really ideal. I should have thought of that before I agreed to make it for him, because I offered. He didn't even ask me. I was like, hey, dude, can you make this? And he said no, but I really want one. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to empower then, and I can make one for you. He was like, cool. Anyway, and I was the one that offered, like, I would send it to him immediately before I made my own, all this other bullshit. I shouldn't have done that. I don't know what I was thinking, but I've kind of done it now. I'm gonna have to decide. I may wait a turn or two to send it to him, because he's gonna definitely, without doubt, put up Eternal Pyre as soon as he gets it. I don't know. And I guess it's probably worth it for me to be honest about it. But I'm having like severe regrets, because it's definitely, I wish I didn't make the agreements I did exactly how I made them. I'm happy to make them for him, but I wish it was a different player than Rlyeh that I sold the first ones to, because there's a bunch of people I could sell it to. So that's the gym stuff coming in. We're going to be making more of these fire skulls, probably. First dire portent. This is Cangobia, which is the very balanced nation that Boz made for himself. These guys, who I have managed to get significantly nerfed before the game started, but probably not enough. He has put up one of the strongest globals in the game, which is Manna from Heaven. And what this does is every priest, they do basically, okay, so priests cause you to get growth scales, and they cause, for every priest preaching, up to one in a province. Okay, I mean, you can have multiple in a province, but you can only have this event trigger once. Each priest will give you a 5% chance to find 1d6 natural or 1d3 astral. So the way to read this is, you know, it's like 3.5 and 2 gems a month. So, and you can add it together. So let's just call it 5 gems a month per time it triggers. And if you have the way Cangobia does it is they have this unit called a breeder. I'll show you why this is strong on this nation. They have this unit, a breeder, and it's a holy one. And the way Cangobia works is it's like a free spawn foreign recruit sacred nation, but you poop these guys out. Of course it heals afflictions too. Making a nation I'm just going to say, guys, making a nation for yourself, it's kind of a conflict of interests. The reason is because as a player, your job is to relentlessly try to break the game, right? Like to try to do as much as you can with every single tool made available to you. Like to actually make the nation you're playing feel overpowered. And the job as a developer or modder is to make the game not feel overpowered, to make the nations balanced and challenging and fun to play. Anyway, so you can imagine it's very hard to wear both hats. Now, you can be a modder and you can play a nation you mod, but usually you would want other people to play that nation for a long period of time. Anyway, that's my thing on this. But the way these work is they eat corpses and they poop out babies. And they even make some babies, but not as many, if there's no corpses in the province. But they're also Holy One, and they have nothing better to do often than sit around and preach. So now all of his little free spawn factories are also going to free spawn gems. And he's pretty big. I'll show you where he is. He is down here. You know, he's pretty sizable. He's got all of India. He's got a lot of this. He's got a fair bit of Arabia, and he's also got a pretty strong presence over here. So, who's this? That's 4th Age Phlegra. So, anyway, he's got a pretty strong presence. I have a nap with. He's also got this, which I guess just as a port. I don't know if he has anything else, but this is gonna be a big problem for people in Archaea. Maybe he'll keep it up. I was thinking about putting it up, but if I put it up, it would be so strong that it would force people to suicide into me. Because right now, people have Boz has a plan through which how he might win the game, right? And he can see that plan. And it is better for most people who have any strength at all to try to execute their plan than to suicide into me. And the last thing I want is every single person in the game feeling like they have to suicide into me. Because if everybody does it at the same time, then they'll probably all lose, but somebody else will probably win because it'll hurt me enough. So, yeah. I don't want to get so far ahead people want to suicide, but we are far enough ahead people are going to try to take shots at us if they see opportunities. Anyway, this global is overpowered as hell, especially in a big game. And especially with a nation like Cangobia. The thing is, the only reason it's not completely overpowered and I'm going to have trouble fear-mongering is because my gym income, he's probably, let's see where Camgobia's gym income is. Okay, here they are. Okay, so he's top of middle of the pack. He's right here. This will probably kick him up right here, like maybe right around here. So he's still making way less gems than me. But he basically has scaling gem production such that in 10 turns he'll probably have way more. That's if it stays up, and we'll see. This global is so strong that basically nobody should be allowed to have it. And if you do have it up, you should get destroyed by all your neighbors. Now, the interesting thing about this whole situation is I am so big and so strong in this game that it kind of provides umbrella cover to other nations to do stupid things like this, right? Like if I was just a normal player, he would put this up, people would be freaking out. But because I'm so goddamn strong, people aren't freaking out. So anyway, the other global to go up was Forge of the Ancients, and this is put up by Middle Age Ulm, who's in a top position. They're research number 2. They are, in terms of income, they are number 3, and they're rather close to me. They're only like 30% behind. Gym income, they're one of the top 5 too. They're number 5. I think they were top notch too. Yeah, they were number 3. So in many ways, Ulm is in the top 5 of almost every graph, and he now has Forge of the Ancients, which tells you a few things. One is it tells you he's construction 7. The other thing that it tells you is he's almost construction 8. Now, we could dispel this, because he probably put the minimum cast into it. But some of people being scary is going to give us more cover when we put up our 2 globals, which are going to be Eternal Pyre and then Tower of Heaven. So, anyway. That, my friend, is the global situation. The other things that happen, site searching, strike, teleport, strike. There, okay, and then we found 2 sites, a battlefield and a Garden of Bones. That's 2 death gems. That was here in the throne. Okay, and then we found a black coral reef. That's a 1 death gem site. And we found a Sweetwater Current. It's a 1 water site. Okay, and then strike. Okay, and that's it. So this is kind of cool. This is where we sent this Starspawn Thug with a few guys, indies we recruited. He's got a few bodyguards so that he doesn't get knifed. And then these guys are hopefully going to run in with the water elemental. And these guys have done their job. They've held the line long enough for the water elementals to kill things. This guy's closing in, and this is why we had the bodyguard, so that he didn't come back here and punch this guy in the face till he died. And we've caused her out. So there we go. Successful. We still can't trace any income from there, which is a bit of a zinger. I really need to get... almost more than anything else, I need to get a fort set up there. We watched this battle. Oh, for some reason I hit him with the scout. I don't even know why. God, that's a lot of PD. Holy shit. It's 60 PD. Oh my god. I should try to get a nap with... Here we attack on top of the Jotun fort. And there's that. And then over here, Ulm attacks finally. I thought he was going to attack last turn. I'm not sure why he didn't. He attacks Mictlan. And apparently he has a god which gives him these imps, which is kind of strong. Just as siege chaff, I guess. And they have these shields, which are pretty good with a parry value of 7 at blocking arrows. So I don't know all the flavors they get, but I guess there's spike clubs. Anyway. This is going to be really hard to fight as Miclan. I told Miclan, hey dude, your best bet, as soon as there's a predictable move from Ulm, cancel all recruitment, bring everything you have and every mage you have, and try to have 1 major fight. Because Ulm is so much bigger and stronger than Miclan. I mean, I would say even... it's going to be an even more overwhelming, far more overwhelming defeat against Miclan than me against... We have asked Miclan... So this is the situation. I didn't watch this battle, but anyway, we saw this one. I have asked Miclan if I can go ahead and vulture. And he said he still has his army, so not yet. But we're here and ready, or ready and waiting, whatever you want to say. And how insane is this guy? 19. We gonna not have somebody else here? Oh, this guy is leadership. Oh, only magic. We have a pretty good chance. I really want this place. It's close to my capital. You know, I can use that as an argument for it. And I kind of want this one just because I really want fire gems right now. But this one I really want. Yeah, 3 water gems. We really want this site. I think I'm going to ask... We'll see. I technically might have one more turn. We're going to raid this province. Probably not this turn, but next turn. The thing that's worrying me is if my guys are insane next turn. Why am I bringing... There's some dreamers here. This guy's not insane at all. I think the play here is I take these idiots off. Yeah, this is the play. We bring these guys down here. And we basically do a switcheroo for leadership. These are the dreamers. We definitely want them. Oh, these are dreamers too. Oh, man, these are all dreamers, huh? Oh, we can only bring 15. Okay, and the 15 we already have are all dreamers. So I think what we do is we bring this guy back, and we have this guy patrol. And that's going to reduce the chance, or that's going to eliminate the chance that we're insane and can't go. And then turn after, we're going to come hit this. It's very unlikely he moves the whole army here. It's a wasteland, so it would starve. And if we bump a small force, we can probably take it with this. This is a pretty scary little army. So we don't... This Meteorite Guard do not do great against crossbows, though. So anyway, I have a non-aggression pact with him. So as long as we're able to defeat a bump and we get our hands on it, it's unlikely he's going to want to end a non-aggression pact with me, where we can raid all of his core lands over a province or two. The thing I kind of need to get, which I don't have... What kind of... Are these dreamers? Oh my god, those are dreamers too. The thing I need to get is a force over here to raid this. Oh, hello. Where does this connect to? Oh, way up there. We're trying... It's very possible this army will get there in time, but it's also possible they don't. I think if we can, I'm going to try to switch recruitment here so we can pick up some more Meteorite Guard on the way. So these guys are going to go boom, boom, and then we're going to vulture this Banefire Berserker, which would be very nice to get. This would be nice too. There's a silver mine that I think it actually popped up this. So anyway, we'll get this, and then maybe we get the whole Wasteland coast. Ulm isn't going to care much about Wastelands anyway. He would care about the gem income here, but whatever. So yeah. Anyway, Ulm's going to get... Almost thought we're not going to contest him over any of the forts. He's going to get the throne, a bunch of land. Nabah, he's probably going to eat Nabah next, is my guess. I told Nabah that, hey, dude, Ulm is really big. You should talk to Satis and y'all should backstab him, which is in my interest because Ulm is like a very top end. He's one of the best positions. And provinces, he's number 3 right now. Whereas Nabah is bottom of middle of the pack, or middle of the pack. And Satis is also middle of the pack. I'm not sure which Satis it is. It might be early Satis. Anyway, they're both... It would totally make sense. I mean, both of them weren't interested. And I guess, you know, from my perspective... I mean, from their perspective, they're probably saying, like, you know, Lucid is probably being self-serving or whatever by getting us to fight him, and then I'll end up vulturing Ulm, which I'm not even thinking about. I'm not really interested in vulturing Ulm. I'm interested in vulturing a couple things from Mictlan. What I'm thinking about is the next move for Ulm, logically, is to eat Nabah. So I think Ulm comes over here, he eats Mictlan, and then he immediately shifts into war with Nabah. And one of the things I am not terribly excited about is having Ulm get away and be super huge on the continent. And once Nabah is dead, I think the next move is probably to eat Satis. Though he may do something different. He may come over here and eat Great Errata. There's a bunch of different moves he could make. But for Nabah, I just feel with the geography of the game and how everything's positioned, it makes a ton of sense for Ulm to kill Nabah before Shaitan are around. And I feel like, I don't know, there's some things that would make the matchup interesting, like Nabah has easier access to Arrowfend, and if he gets it in time, it could be an interesting matchup. But I feel in many ways it's probably an Ulm favored matchup given the relative size and whatnot. So I don't know. I was a little weird that they dismissed. He was like, I sent him kind of like a, semi-long message, like 2 or 3 long sentences explaining why it might make sense. And he sent back a single word reply, no. Okay. Okay, buddy. This is not like something I'm looking to benefit from. I'm just trying to prevent these poor people from getting eaten. Because to me, I don't know. To me, it's just so obvious. It's like a law of nature that after Miclan gets eaten, he's going to go after Nabah. But Nabah is very happy to sit here and not do anything. They're so weak. Like, it doesn't even make sense for Nabah to do anything unilaterally. It only makes sense for him to do something with Satis. I guess they're thinking I would want to get something out of it. Which, I don't know. If Ulm was falling, I would vulture probably a little bit. Like, I'd probably get... The thing about me controlling these islands is I prevent... People have to fight me to fight each other, and I don't really want to stop that. But, like, I don't know. Maybe I would get something? I'd probably vulture it. Maybe I would get Miclan. I don't know. I haven't even really thought about it. But my plan was not to vulture. My plan was just I don't want Ulm owning the whole goddamn... Because this is, again, going to be the blood planet. So, anyway, that's the happening over there. And I guess we've seen all the battles. For events, Rebirth mod. And then we got some... This is the Void, the necklace event. We had some Dreamers enter the Void Gate, and we got some Pearl. More necklace things. Lots of necklace things. A plague is spreading. Wait, where is this? Britain. Oh, this is different. This is not the Bane Venom Charm. The Bane Venom Charm, I think, has moved out. I don't see a Bane Venom Charm event. So that's good. I was worried. I didn't make a stink about it, but I was going to mind hunt it out. Okay, we got a dire portent. The subjects of Ezrador, Lord of the Forest, he who confuses the way, King of the Winds. Okay, I'm not exactly sure. I guess this is Ezrador. Is that what he named his... Oh, that's why I got confused, because I saw this flag. For a minute, I thought it was this nation, which is Edrenor, that had cast the global, but it's this guy who has a name for his pretender that's similar to this. So that's why I got mixed up on flags earlier. But not in the recording, but I was talking with somebody. Anyway, so I guess that's the Manna from Heaven event. Anyway, and then we have a bunch of things. We got this guy get patrolled out. He was patrolling this fort. And I think it was the same kit. They're basically like repel Scrotty. Yeah. And then some Skelly spammers. That is over here. Now, the news... So there's a few things that have happened on this planet, which is our main war theater right now. One is we've taken the Fire Throne, and our god is now... The second is he's patrolling this every turn, and we have a big army checking this right now. Now, what we could do is we could send this here and raid this. And there's nice things about doing it. I don't really want to move this army around without mage support, though. The problem moving it around without mage support is it can get cheesed by a Scrotty, which I don't really want. Oh, he's a blood fountain. So I'm not very excited about that prospect. We could check this fort. I think the play, what I would like to do, I think what we do is we put this guy here. We put this guy here. Can I mix the... I don't even know how we're going to do this. Anyway, okay. This guy's guard commander. Okay, so anyway, we do something like this. I think what I do is I have this guy build the fortress, and we ping with the scout again. And we're going to have this guy upgrade the fort. We're building a lab here. And so after this, we'll be able to get... Am I building... God, I should be building some of these guys too. You can see we're a little short on gold. Anyway, we're going to come over... I want to get a slave mage here next. And he can do water elementals. The astral randoms, I'll probably put some gems on, and they can do soul slay. So I don't know. There's a bunch of different ways to use these guys, but I want to get some of them. They can also cast quickness. I've made a research detour. We were going to go all the way up to enchantment 6. Thing is, I'm not going to be ready to do any of my high enchantment stuff yet because I don't have the fire mage, like Pillar Eternal Pyre. we'll have it researched well before we can cast it. So yeah, we're making a detour and alteration. Getting alteration 4 is going to give us quickness, which is a really big deal. I don't know if we'll get it in this turn. I haven't mapped it out, but if we do get it this turn, I can have this guy with the water gem cast on my god when we attack here, and he will just murder everything. It will be brutal. So anyway, that's an idea. And yeah, we got a big army coming in here. Down here, we successfully killed these Indies. We're going to head into this tribe of Ichthids, and there's a lot here. We took this without losses. I'm pretty sure if this is indeed 60, we'll take losses, but not only will we take losses, we may actually lose, which I'm not very excited about. We have a lot of infrastructure I want to put up. I want to put up a fort here. This is one of the places I want a fort. We've got a fort coming up here, which I just started. This we're upgrading to, because I hate having palisades. They just are so easy to knock down. We need to put a temple here, which we haven't done yet. So anyway, that's something that needs to happen. This place, we're building a lab and upgrading the fort. I'd build a temple here, but we don't. These guys are insane, and I don't have money. So that, down here, we're still pumping out. Okay, are we not pumping out? I thought we were still pumping out priests. We've got a lot of priests, but we're trying to get more priests out so we can actually have dominion in our provinces. You got to get on top of this early. And we're a little late for getting on top of it, but hey, for us, you know, it's turn 38, but we only really finished expansion down here around turn 24. So it's still kind of early for us to control dominion in this region. We're trying to get more Haruspex cast, so I'm getting these nature mages moved over here where they can spam some more Haruspex locations. Actually, can they come down here? I don't know. Might be good to get them down here. Yeah, let's actually move this guy here. And from here, he'll be able to run down and Haruspex. What else? I think, okay, yeah, we've got a fort coming up here. So this fort's going to be done. I don't have enough money to build a lab. So we're teetering around in the overbuilt department. But we're still expanding. We got more money coming in. Our income's starting to kind of creep, which is all fine. But you can see we're being pretty ambitious with getting infrastructure up. What I will say, though, in my defense, is we are maxing out Meteorite Guard recruitment in every single fort, right? And that's one of the reasons we don't have money. So it's making it harder to get more infrastructure up, but we're not being greedy, right? We're ambitious. We might be barely starting maybe one too many of these projects, but anyway, we have not been getting much luck with priests. With prophets. I've been coming through here searching desperately to find another prophet. I want to rename them. It's very important that they get renamed to be prophet of bubbles and then number. And it's very tedious work coming through here and searching through this whole list of all of my goddamn mages and looking for a prophet. But like you can see, as we just did, there were none. So yeah, that is the main crux of it. The other thing that has kind of happened is Utgard attacked. And I sent a note to Utgard because first of all, I thought Utgard wouldn't take this first. I thought they would come over here and take Tinvir, but they didn't. So anyway, that's fine. They're probably going to go straight for Baratos. And I think they attacked up here too. And Jotunheim, who, as we talked about, had left and got a sub. The sub, by the way, super cool, playing very well. Love all the work the sub is doing. The sub complained that, whereas he's fighting the guy clearly in position 1, instead of him getting any help, he's getting stabbed in the back, which I think is a very rightful thing to complain about. So anyway, what I have asked, because I'm probably going to have to end up fighting all the armies because I'm taking his homeland. What I have asked of Jotunheim is that Utgard, is that we get this one province. And he doesn't know what's in it, but it's an extremely good province. I said I just want it because it's a lake. Well, I do want it for this reason too. I want to have another land province somewhere around here so that I can send cultists under. You know, we kind of want to, we don't really have many land provinces around here. I can kind of manage from what is streaming out from up here. But, you know, it'd be better to have, a proper land fort over here. And then, of course, to get the air mages would be huge. And the income, right? Because we're going to turn that air income into, I believe, Selkies. So that would be super nice. So anyway, hopefully he will concede to that. And then that will also give him security that we're not going to bump him in Vulture and he'll get to eat everything else. The other thing that's interesting over here is was thinking, okay, what do I do? Do I come up here and attack? And then we're going to fight into his main stack here. this probably would have been a good move because it's looking like he was patrolling probably with the PD dump and all of his dudes. But what instead we did, but I was worried if he moved into us, he could push us and then we would end up fighting down here. And my god would move up here while my army would be down here. And then this army could consolidate. We would end up fighting both armies without my god, which I didn't want. So we moved over here. And the play is we just get to take it because he's got nothing here. So we're going to do that. We're going to take this. My god, also, if he had moved a big army here, then I would probably have to defend this. So I would have had to move my god here this turn. Because I don't, because he didn't move an army there. My god's going to be able to claim this throne. And next turn, we get to decide what he does. Does he come out and maybe defend this? You know, we get to see. We get to see. So far, he has not been very aggressive. He's been very careful about walking into a trap. So we'll see what he does. We'll take this fort for free. It's not a great province. It's 1 astral, 1 death, which is fine, I guess. But, you know, we'd like better. So those are the happenings. You know, we're slowly getting ready to kind of start taking stuff. How much siege strength do we have here? 126. I wouldn't... You know what I might do? I don't have the money. But it would make sense maybe to get a big old pile of Lobo Guard. And that way we could 1 or 2 turn pop this fort. It's making a lot of sense to me. I would have to like cancel a lab. I don't want to do it there because that's on the critical path to me getting... Here we have things turned off. We're getting a little overbuilt. The only fort I'm starting from scratch is this one right now. The other things are just me upgrading stuff that I had started before. I guess we're upgrading this fort, which is not really a priority. Yeah, this is not a priority at all. So I could cancel that, poop out a ton of these guys. Wait. Oh, I guess this has already been a turn underway. I can't really cancel it and make... Oh god, what was the fort that I'm upgrading that I could... This fort I'm upgrading and I could stop. This is kind of critical because I need mages here. Not feeling super good about this right now. Not feeling super good. I mean, enchantment, and while enchantment holds a lot of answers for me, like I have Winter Ward already. It's going to be I'm not even going for enchantment 8, which is where I get like Frostfend, which is going to really neuter his Bless, which is this chill aura business. Not really sure. Not really sure. Anyway, guys, that's basically what's happening so far this turn. The other things, in terms of just some of the mechanical get ready for stuff. Oh, why hello, Haruspex caster. The other thing is we need to be making our Ring of Wizardry. And right now it's our god who's going to make it. And we need the gems for it, which we don't quite have. We may barely, it'll probably be 2 turns before we get it. But that's also kind of on the critical path for a few things. Like we get, it'll allow this guy to start doing Selkie summoning, which would be cool. It's going to be necessary to build the fire booster, which is going to be necessary to do Eternal Pyre. Most important thing though is we do have a mage coming here, and the mage is going to be able to make a lab. And with that lab, we'll be able to start construction of this guy, and hopefully he'll be out in not that long. It'll probably be like 3 or 4 turns. But by that point, I need to have a Ring of Wizardry. When he pops out, I need a Ring of Wizardry and or a Fire Skull, because he's going to make the hat, and then we're going to cast Pyre. So we'll see. I feel really uncomfortable about giving that Skull of Fire to Arethea right now. Really uncomfortable. Anyway, I think that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for watching. Oh, I wonder, one other thing maybe deserves mention is once we get our Ring of Wizardry, our pearls are largely going to be going... I mean, we're going to be putting some pearls and opening up more gateways once we have them, but one of the things we're going to get a few of first is... Do I not have... Oh, I guess it was this guy that teleported over here. Yeah, it's an Earth random. I don't think I have a Death random, another one. But once once I get death randoms, this guy's probably going to be making Skulls of Fire for a while. But I need another death random to start making Trapahedrons or whatever for my cap mages. So we need to make sure we're making a ton of cap only mages for a chance of getting one. We actually could make one with just this guy, but he would need a lot of boosters. You have to be death 4. I mean, Astral 4, death 1. So this would be like both miscellaneous slots with a booster and a gem. I mean, and a hat. So pretty tricky to make them with this dude, but it's possible. But yeah, the few things I guess I want to cover too before we go is the graphs. You can see provinces. We march upwards and onwards. Forts. We're number one. We're number one provinces, forts, income, gym income by the most. Research, we're number 4, and we're doing okay. Our slope is not as high as Arethia though. Dominion though, we're making huge strides. We went from barely being number 2, kind of very tied in with everybody, to just leaping ahead of Lemuria. And we've got so many priests, this is going to be picking up, I feel like. Army size, as our Dominion goes up, you can see our army size going up. We're also starting to get more Dreamers, which is really nice. Because all those Dreamers are eventually going to be turned into Pearls. So yeah, I would say all in all, good turn. And I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. We'll see you next time. Peace.